What is up, guys? Delboy here. Just previewing another fight that has been announced in the World Boxing Super Series in the Cruiserweight division, and it is one of the more intriguing draws in my opinion. That is a fight between WBC Cruiserweight champion Mairis Briedis versus Mike Perez. This is a really interesting fight, in my opinion. I rate Mairis Briedis very highly. I was saying that since before the Marco Huck fight. I think he's got a lot of talent. He's a very good boxer, good jab, he can fight on the back foot, he's good on the inside. He's very strong, as we saw against Marco Huck. Huck is a guy who has relied on his strength throughout his career, and I felt on the inside, and when I was tied up, Briedis was very good. He was very strong, never let Marco Huck bully him, and that was really impressive. That was one of the more impressive things about that performance to me. So I've always been high on Mairis Briedis. I think he's got a lot going for him. Good hand speed, good punch variation, decent power. He can catch you with shots you don't see coming, good counter puncher, etc, etc. Very good cruiserweight, and he's proved that with wins over Marco Huck, Ola Duradola, and so on and so forth. And the reason I say it's an interesting fight is because to me Mike Perez maybe is the dark horse in this tournament, because again, a few years ago, Mike Perez was one of my favourite heavyweights. Loved his style. He was a guy who went down to the body, comes up to the head, great punch variation, good power, decent hand speed, and you got to ask yourself a question, one of the more interesting dynamics in this fight. Obviously, Mike Perez is coming down from heavyweight. Maybe his power could be much more of a factor at cruiserweight. And Mike Perez wasn't a pillow puncher at heavyweight. He still hit reasonably hard, But maybe at cruiserweight, fighting guys who are similar size to him and maybe even smaller, it's going to be interesting to see how his power sort of fares at cruiserweight. Maybe the weight cut will diminish it. But on the other hand, maybe that he's fighting guys his own size because he was a small heavyweight. Maybe now that power is going to be even more telling. Plus to the fact that Mike Perez isn't a bad boxer at all. He's got a very good jab, coming out of a southpaw stance, good counter puncher. He can hit you with shots you don't see coming. Just like Briedis, he's a very good boxer. He's got very good technique. Puts his shots together very well. He actually probably puts his shots together better than Briedis. And as a combination puncher, I think he's better than Mairis Briedis. To me, Briedis is he's a better outboxer in terms of the fact that he likes to work behind his jab, he likes to fight on the back foot and pick out those single shot counters. To me, Mike Perez is more creative in terms of offense. When he's throwing his shots, he's much more creative. And I find I'm really unsure where to go on this fight because I rate Briedis very highly, but I just feel Mike Perez is such a dark horse and such a wild card in this tournament. I'm not sure how he's going to end up. Is the weight cut going to be affecting him? Because that's a possibility. He's lost a lot of weight. Maybe he feels weaker at cruiserweight. That could be a factor. Maybe the talent at cruiserweight is more stacked than heavyweight. Maybe he's fighting better competition now. Although I said he's fighting guys his own size, he's also fighting guys who are more mobile, who are quicker than guys at heavyweight. Maybe he doesn't adjust that well at cruiserweight. That could also happen. I do think out of the two guys, I think Briedis has a better boxing IQ. He's got better footwork for a start. I think Mike Perez is quite heavy-footed, whereas Briedis is definitely quicker on his feet. And I think overall he has got the better technical ability. I think he's a better boxer, particularly in the mind and particularly in the footwork. And obviously he's fought better competition at cruiserweight, Briedis. But, Mike Perez has had his tough moments. He's come back. He's still here. So he has got an element of mental toughness. He came through that tragedy with Abdu Salamov, which was a horrific fight. And it's taken him a while, but he seems to have bounced back now and got himself in really good shape. And he seems to be coming in now with a sort of determination that maybe he's never had in his career up until this point. So maybe we're going to see the best Mike Perez. I think this is a really hard fight to call. I really do, and I think it's an exceptional fight. I've always liked Mike Perez. He seems like a cool guy at the ring. good technician as well. I do make Briedis a slight favourite because I do rate Briedis very highly. I really like his Latvian fans as well. Every time they've commented on my videos, they've always been super positive, and they're very proud of Mairis Briedis becoming the first Latvian to win a world title. They hold him in very high regard, and yeah, he's a very good fighter. I think this is an excellent fight. Looking forward to it. Tell me how you guys feel about it. I'm really struggling on this one, I have to admit. Tell me what you guys think.